Hi guys, I'm back. I actually got cut off. I had to delete some things on my storage. Let's continue on. Hopefully I don't get cut off again. Yesterday I got caught off and I was just like, screw it, I'm not even gonna finish the video. This time I'm going to make both parts since it's kind of important. So anyways, continuing on. I'll try to remember what I was saying. That, the reason I don't know what I was saying exactly, honestly. The reason I think that, excuse me, California has, had the 5.5 yesterday is because we saw a significant amount of energy coming down from Alaska. And I was talking about seeing an overall pattern within a couple months. And within that couple months, we saw one in Utah, Idaho, Nevada, and we saw a bigger one out here in the Juan de Fuca fracture zone area where it meets up with the San Andreas. And we had radio silence here for a while, suspicious. I mean, there's so many factors that are pulled into my forecasts that I analyze and find patterns with, and my pattern is suggesting that there could be a bigger earthquake. I'm watching both California and I'm watching Utah as well. And I watched as the energy from the Nevada sequence aftershocks kind of came down into the area. We had swarming in this area, which is still, well, it's not swarming anymore. All these green things are getting lighter in color, which suggests that they're old and there's no new ones. But it was swarming in a few different places out here before we had the 5.5. And that let me know the energy was coming down both from the Nevada sequence, that the area is still, priable, still left sensitive, prone. It's still left prone to energy, and so I still think that, you know, these swarms are still telling me that, not the current ones, but it's still telling me that even though Nevada had a 6.5, it should have released a significant amount of energy. But even though that happened, there's still energy that unrest. There is still unrest within this entire area. And the fact that the 5.5 didn't have any aftershocks at all is very suspicious to me. That kind of says to me that maybe the energy was absorbed and locked into the energy was kind of the fault that it occurred on, got locked up, and nothing is moving anymore, but there is tension still there. So that, you know, and that tension can move elsewhere. I still don't feel like, I feel like today there's a less chance of something happening because of Alaska being so calm. And you might be concerned if you saw a bigger one out in this area, a significant size, because it will cross over along these white tectonic plates, which is the white line here, and go down into the western United States and Canada and Alaska. And this is a new forecasting technique pioneered by Dutch Sense, and, you know, I believe it's true. I've been pattern forecasting for a while now, and I consistently see that that's true. So, now what was my point that I was making with that? I kind of lost my point, but basically that the energy, I was saying that I think that there is less of a risk, for a larger earthquake to happen today, because Alaska has kind of calmed down, and there's no significant energy over here to travel across tectonic plate boundaries into the western United States. So I think that the risk is kind of lower today, but I do feel that there is unrest. I do think that the area is still prone to something, and there's a possibility of a larger or moderate to large earthquake to happen within the area. Again, I just want to say Utah as well, because I really think that Utah's going to experience something, and I just want to let everybody know that that's what I'm thinking before it happens. So, and feel free to message me if you want to talk to me about Salt Lake City. I live in Salt Lake City. If you live in Salt Lake City and you're wondering, this specific update isn't about Salt Lake City, but you're free to message me on Facebook. You can contact me at Earthquake Forecasting with Mckell. Mckell is spelled Mckehl, and I do a lot of my updates on my Facebook page as well. Feel free to message me anytime, and I'd love to talk about it. I love talking about this kind of stuff. So, feel free to reach out to me if you're curious. I will probably make another update about that sometime soon as well. And don't forget, my viewers who are watching me on YouTube right now, I cross-post my YouTube videos to my Facebook page, so I know some of you are probably seeing this from Facebook, and for those seeing this on YouTube right now, feel free to, be sure to subscribe to follow along for other updates, and that will help my page grow. I'm just trying to think what I have not covered. I think that other western states could be prone to something as well. Oh, coming up this week, I believe someone said that there's a few sources have said that there's an asteroid coming within close range by I think 3 million miles of the Earth, so it's not too close. But it's funny, I think before the Utah earthquake, we had an asteroid come close. And if you Google earthquake weather, it'll tell you, it's kind of like a old wives' tale that could be true, that when you have different solar events, planetary events, that it could inspire earthquakes. And we have several this week, I believe. I believe we have a few solar events, such as eclipse. I believe we're having a solar flare. An asteroid is coming in close proximity to the Earth. So for those of my followers who believe in planetary connections with seismic activity, the conditions are right for that as well. It's something that I'm still not experimenting with. I'm still considering and learning about. I'm not sure that it has a connection, but from what I've seen, I think it could actually. So I was very what am I saying? I was very, brain fart. I was very suspicious at first. I was going to say susceptible. I was very suspicious at first. I need some sleep, you guys. I'm sorry. I was very suspicious at first of that being true, but then I saw kind of earthquakes pick up around the time that stuff like that happens. And it's also a full moon, so we have that going for us too. And it's also getting hotter, and anytime that there's a temperature change, that can inspire things as well. I mean, you know that things expand and contract with temperature, and it's tectonic plates and land does as well. So, yeah, it just seems, in summary, for my forecast today, it just seems like we could be coming up on. It seems like today I'm not feeling that there could be something. Famous last words, I do not know for sure. But I do think within this week that the conditions could be right. And hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully I'm wrong and there's nothing more that happens. I'm really feeling like, let me just zoom in, this area. I am feeling like the Mojave National Preserve area within, 200 miles, or I think that actually I can forecast this a lot more narrow than 200 miles. I mean, how many miles is the middle of the screen to the outside parts of my screen? Probably only 50 miles, so I'm feeling like something within this area. I think a lot of this is happening because a theory of mine and a few seismologists that I've read about are suggesting that the San Andreas is kind of blocked. It has like a block and is sending new energy over into the Walker Lane area. And, I forecasted basically that Nevada would have an or not Nevada specifically, but the Walker Lane fault area would have an earthquake, and Nevada is on the Walker Lane fault. I'm also suggesting maybe the Garlock fault, because it is kind of connected, and but those aren't the only two important faults. There are other significant faults out here that could experience a large earthquake. Tons. So, yeah, I think that there is energy from the San Andres being pushed over to Walker Lane, and I think that that's why weird things are happening for the first time in who knows history, maybe. In the first time, I mean, it's so weird that you get an earthquake that's significant in Salt Lake City, Idaho, Nevada, all within a couple of months, all places that usually don't experience significant activity. And now California, and the year before, Ridgecrest. So within the last year, really weird things have happened, and I really do feel like there is something big happening. There's something big happening. I think it's I think the San Andreas has some kind of block or something and is pushing energy into the Walker Lane fault, and seismologists are also saying the same thing. Message me. I can grab you a link if you would like to what I've read, if I can find it. I'm pretty sure I can find it for you, and you can read what I've read. I'm just trying to think what else to say for this update. What else do I think is going on? I think that I know that somebody's going to ask this, so I might as well just answer it now. Do I think the San Andres could become unblocked today and receive a significant earthquake? I know the question's coming, so I might as well just answer it now. Yes. Yes, but I'm also not I'm not watching the area. I'm not, it's not my focus. My focus has been, for the last couple of months, the Walker Lane area. And the Garlock fault would be intelligent to put on the list as well. Utah. Do I think Utah is going to experience one soon? No. But super soon, I mean, maybe it's possible. And I always forecast when I think there's an increased chance of probability of receiving something. But within the year, I do think that there might be something, and definitely for sure, we're going to probably experience a bigger one within the next 5 years. So anyways, that's pretty much my conclusion of my forecast update for today. Be sure to message me or comment with any questions. I love answering questions when I have time to. I don't always have time to, so sometimes if I don't answer questions, don't think I'm ignoring you. I have a life outside of Facebook as well. I haven't even looked at this part of the world in so long. Actually, I've been gone away from my page for 2 days. So a 6.4, that's pretty big, huh? And 105 kilometer depth, that's not too deep. That's pretty deep. That's pretty interesting. So I would probably assume that there's going to be another earthquake in this area. Might as well just do the entire Ring of Fire area while we're at it. Let's see if there's anything hidden in here, in this swarm area. There are probably a few things in there. I would assume maybe something big might pop up in this area. It has not more recently. I haven't seen this specific area have activity, and it's swarming, so I wouldn't doubt that area receives some activity soon. Oh, so we have another one out here, a 5.1. Let's see the depth. 26 kilometers, not very deep at all. I would guess that Papua New Guinea or in the area will experience, let me just check these, a 4.6. What's that? A 4.4, so they're already having like a 4.4, 4.5 activity. So I would assume that this area will receive maybe a 5.3 to 5.8 earthquake within the week, maybe, within this general area. Maybe Japan will see a 5.1-ish one. I assume that Russia is going to experience, maybe in the Kuril Islands, maybe a 4.1. Maybe up towards here. And maybe some 3.5 and 3.5 to 5.1 activity in this part of Alaska. And that'll eventually travel down as the asteroid and eclipse stuff happens, causing maybe what will make me put another watch for this area in Southern California. Let's see. I would say anything within, about this area. That's my best guess. Stay safe, be prepared. Hopefully, you have a preparation plan if anything were to happen. And until next time, you guys have a good day.